Namaste and good morning. So this is the first of our home practice series. Looks like we're kind of in this for the long haul, and so our goal here at Unity Yoga is to bring you a little bit of familiarity with the people in your life, your yoga teachers, some sequences that resonate with your body, and to just take some time every day to take care of yourself. This is a really important thing. There's so many uncertainties in the world right now, and the one thing you have that's a constant is your breath, your body, your being. So let's go ahead and nurture that today. As you can tell, home practice, got some pets here. So at any point, there may be 2 cats and a dog in the frame. I expect there to be disruptions, but that's life. We kind of learn to roll with it. So let's take a moment to become still. We'll start standing today in Tadasana. So find your mountain pose, maybe widening the feet a little bit wider than usual for stability, especially if you're on carpet. This is a new experience in our yoga practice. We'll just take a moment, sway gently from side to side, maybe close the eyes or soften the gaze down near the floor. And coming to stillness in the center, let's go ahead and lift arms up overhead. So we'll inhale, reach arms up overhead, maybe gaze up towards the hands. Exhale, let's draw palms to heart center. Anjali Mudra, shoulders soft. Let's do that 2 more times. So let's inhale, arms out wide, arms up overhead, lift, lengthen sides of the body. Exhale, gathering energy together between the palms as we come back into Anjali Mudra. 1 more time. So inhale and exhale, palms to heart center. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, you can go ahead and do so now. And we'll take a cleansing breath. Full inhale. Let it go. Fluttering eyes open and relaxing arms back down. All right. So, I guess we're going to do a little kitty yoga today. Let's go ahead and come into tabletop, down to all fours. So we'll come to hands and knees. Hands beneath the wrist, or hands beneath the shoulders, knees below the hips. Let's go ahead and just start with some organic movement. So let's just sway the hips a little bit from side to side. And maybe kind of roll back towards an extended child's pose. Not all the way, just bringing some movement into the shoulders, into the hips. Getting some little kitty blessings on my mat this morning. All right, let's bring it back into tabletop. And we'll move through cat-cow. So on your inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the crown of the head. Belly drops down slightly, extending through the front body. Exhaling, pressing the mat away, rounding the spine. Crown of the head drops towards the mat. Inhaling into cow. And exhaling into cat. Oh, cat. She can show us how it's done. All right, let's keep moving with the breath. So inhaling cow. Exhaling cat at your own pace. Maybe 4 or 5 more times. Watching the elbows, making sure if you tend to lock out the joints, so keeping the elbows just a tiny bit soft. And again with the hands, if the wrists are too intense at this point, you can always also come to fist, knuckles facing in towards one another. One last time, cat, cow. Hi, cat. And from here, we'll come into child's pose. So let's widen the knees, bring the big toes together. Set the hips back towards the heels. We'll reach the hands forward. A little bit of kitty loving on the mat today. Let's just take a couple breaths here. Ow. Ow. And we'll come back up to tabletop. And from tabletop, maybe I'll make my way to downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, lift the hips, push the mat away. Coming up to down dog. Oh, awkward down dog with a kitty on my butt. And we'll shift into plank pose. And back to down dog. And plank. And down dog. Widening my stance just a little bit, no kitty on my butt. Let's inhale forward to plank. Exhale back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. On an exhale, go ahead, bring the knees back to the mat. Again, let's come into child's pose, knees wide, big toes together, setting the hips back towards the heels. New option. Go ahead and bring the arms forward, stacking at the wrists. We'll just rest the forehead on the stacked wrists, taking a couple breaths here. And then coming back up through tabletop, we'll come to seated. So let's go ahead and take a moment in Sukhasana, easy pose. Lengthening up through the crown of the head, resting the palms on the knees, just feeling the length in the spine, and taking a moment to feel maybe any changes we've brought to the body in this first little segment of our home practice today. So maybe you'll notice your heart racing just a little bit faster. Maybe you'll notice some clarity or some warmth in the breath. Maybe you'll notice the temperature of the body's gone up just a tiny bit. And whatever you experience in this first little bit of practice this morning, just let it be yours. Yours, your time for self-care, time for reflection. And here in Sukhasana, our seated pose, let's again inhale, bring arms up overhead, looking up towards the thumbs, no strain. Exhale, bring arms down and around, moving through the shoulders. Let's do that twice more. So inhaling, arms up overhead, maybe lift the head to look up, uplifting the spirit. Exhale, arms back down and around. One final time. So inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, arms down and around. And again, we'll bring palms to Anjali Mudra. Taking a moment here and either closing our little warm-up for the morning or staying with me to move on to the next segment. So given the distractions we have working in the home environment, I know you're with me on this. Feel free to press pause at any time. As we move through home practices together, I'll be probably recording in small segments and then seaming them together for a longer practice. So at any time, you're welcome to hit pause. In the meantime, have a good morning. If you're off and running this morning, if you're going to stick with me, go ahead and just give me a moment and we'll get to the next video. Namaste.